Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be counting the top 10 female characters that I would love to see as DLC in Mortal Kombat 1. When I saw the first Mortal Kombat trailer for the Kombat pack, I noticed that all of the characters were male, which is understandable considering Mortal Kombat's player base, but I do think Mortal Kombat does need a little bit more love to female characters, whether it's Mortal Kombat characters or guest characters. That's why I put together this top 10 list, 5 of them being Mortal Kombat characters and 5 of them being guest characters. I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. However, what female characters would you love to see as DLC in Mortal Kombat? Whether it's Mortal Kombat characters or guest characters, I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure to check out the channel. We are almost to 7,000 subscribers. That is an insane number to me. If you guys want to help the channel reach that massive goal, go ahead, check out the channel. If you like it, hit subscribe. With that being said, let's get into the video. Let's start this list with the Mortal Kombat females that I would love to see. First of which being Jade. We have already seen Mileena and Kitana since the very first trailer of this game. And to me, I've always felt like Mileena, Kitana, and Jade are the 3 main female ninjas, along with Tanya as well. And Tanya has also been announced for this game, and even Sindel as well. These are the primary female characters of Mortal Kombat, and it's kind of weird to not see Jade already. I mean, people kind of threw a fit when Mortal Kombat X was coming out and Jade was not confirmed for that game, and I remember a lot of people online being upset considering we got Kitana and Mileena, and to me it was just really weird not to include that character. And I think Jade is a awesome character. I do prefer the staff instead of the boomerang thing. I don't really like it as much. I think her staff moves are really cool, but I think they could do something really cool like Nightwing in Injustice, where he can go in between a staff and then his 2 batons. I think that that'd be a cool move set for her gameplay, make her character feel very unique in a new, refreshing way. As for her story in this game, I'm not really sure what they would do, but with all of these new origins, there's tons of opportunity for what they could do for the character. And if they decided to do something like Aftermath for Mortal Kombat 1, it'd be cool to see Jade part of that story. Either way, I would love to see Jade be included in Mortal Kombat 1, considering that this is a roster full of iconic Mortal Kombat characters. The next character that I have on this list has already been confirmed to be in the game, but not confirmed to be playable, and that is Chameleon. We saw Chameleon in the background of a trailer. She was standing behind Tanya. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the design that they went with. I get that it's, you know, kind of her classic outfit. I'm not a fan of the haircut. I really hope that it's a hood, but I'm pretty sure she's got that Karen Starbucks haircut. Not a fan, but other than that, you know, I would love to see Chameleon in the game. It's going to be kind of hard considering that Reptile is in the game, but I think, you know, NetherRealm has the capability of making these characters different enough. If we were able to get Batman and Batgirl in Injustice, and then we were able to get Supergirl and Superman in Injustice 2 and have the characters be different enough, I think we can have Reptile and Chameleon both in Mortal Kombat 1 and have NetherRealm make the characters play differently enough. It'd be really cool to see Chameleon return, considering that she has not been playable in literally like over a decade. It has been an insanely long time since this character has been playable. It was leaked that cameo could possibly, or that Chameleon could possibly be a cameo, excuse me, but you know, it's not confirmed yet. So Chameleon is a character that I would love to see playable again. I really hope that we do get to see this character in, you know, a little bit more light in Mortal Kombat 1. All right, my next character may be a little bit controversial, so do not click off the video. Just hear me out. Just hear me out, guys. D'Vorah. All right, now just hear me out. I understand a lot of people don't like D'Vorah because of things that happen in the story mode, considering other, you know, character deaths as part of her character's arc, if you want to call it that. And a lot of people have problems with her moveset, and I get that. But with the new Mortal Kombat 1 timeline and this new rebooted game, I think it's an opportunity to take characters like D'Vorah, who are very unique, have a very unique premise to their character, a very unique design, and revamp them a little bit and, you know, do something different but similar to what they've been doing. I think it'd be be really cool if they kept this like bug aesthetic, but I think they should lean more into the spider aesthetic. I think it would work better for her character. Instead of like this yellow shelled skin, I think she should go for like a Black Widow type vibe with this black and red. I think she should keep the coat and the hood, but I think that they should use her traversal more like Motaro and have these like spider legs that she has pop out of her back. Maybe, you know, latch them onto the ground and have that be how she walks, just to make her character more unique, more fun. That's one thing that I know that they're trying to focus on for Mortal Kombat 1 is having more fun with the characters in this bright and vibrant new era. And I think that D'Vorah is the perfect opportunity to really showcase that and just really dive into the spider aesthetic when it comes to bugs. I mean, she focused a lot on like leeches and, you know, those type of bugs and like beetles and stuff, which is cool, but I think spiders are a little bit better. She did have that really kick-ass fatality where she literally turns the opponent into a spider. I think she should do more shit like that. The next character that I think Mortal Kombat should add as DLC is a female cyborg. The only female cyborg that I believe that we've seen is Cyber Frost, but honestly I think that they should go full cyborg like Cyrax and Sector, where it's like their entire body, not this like half and half thing. I think that they should go all in, give us a brand new cyborg that is a female ninja character. If they wanted to turn Chronica into a full cyborg character, that would be really cool too. Something like that, but I would love to see, you know, a cyborg be added to the roster of the character, not just as a cameo. Personally, I don't really see cameo fighters as a roster slot. I get that they're in the game, but they're not even close to as fleshed out as a full character. So I would love to see a full character of a cyborg, and honestly, if that has to be in the form of a female, I'm perfectly fine with that. Something that they haven't done very often in Mortal Kombat. I think that it could work really, really well for the character and bring us a new era to the Cyber Initiative in this new Mortal Kombat 1 timeline. Now, this last Mortal Kombat character that I have on here is part female and part male. And what I mean by that is, of course, Farah Tor from Mortal Kombat X. Now, I think it would be really interesting if Mortal Kombat did something differently for Farah Tor this time around. With this new origin that a lot of characters are getting, I think it would be really cool if instead of a big hulking monster man and a little girl commanding him on the back, I think it would be really cool if we got this behemoth of a woman who's like this super bulk hulking woman who is just like massive and literally like a freaking truck of a muscular woman, and then there's like a little boy on her back commanding her. I think that would be a fun twist on the Farah Tor character, and something that they could, you know, really play around with, really have some fun with, because it is kind of gimmicky, and I get that, but I think it'd be really cool. I think Farah Tor was a really cool and underrated character from Mortal Kombat X. I think that they should treat the characters more like ice climbers a little bit on Super Smash Bros. And kind of make them feel a little bit more like two separate characters, but I get that that's a little bit harder to do for a game like Mortal Kombat, where, you know, it's much more claustrophobic than Super Smash Bros. Is. So I understand why they might not want to bring Farah Tor back, but if they ever did, I think that they should add a twist on it and reverse the roles. I think that would be really fun and just really, you know, bring a smile to everyone's face for Mortal Kombat. Alright, next up, let's talk about guest characters. These are 5 guest characters that I would love to see in Mortal Kombat DLC for Kombat Pack 2 that are females. Starting off with, of course, Harley Quinn. I understand a lot of people don't like Harley Quinn right now. I get that there's a lot of, you know, iffy feelings, especially with like her cartoon and the fact that she's in like every single DC project known to man. But honestly, out of a lot of the female DC characters, I think Harley Quinn would fit the most. I mean, she's a fun character. That's what I really look for in DLC characters. I want DLC characters to be worth the money, and I think that Harley Quinn is one of those characters that they could do a lot with, moveset wise, animation wise. They've worked on Harley Quinn before in Injustice and Injustice 2, so, you know, they have experience with this character in general. They did Joker in Mortal Kombat 11, so, you know, it's a natural progression, so it makes a lot of sense. But I would love to see Harley Quinn, you know, really fuck up some people, and I also at the same time would love to see Harley Quinn get fucking wrecked by Mortal Kombat ninjas at the same time. So Harley Quinn, I think, would be a really cool addition to Mortal Kombat 1's roster. It's just fun, you know, it's just a fun character to throw in. But if you guys aren't a fan of Harley Quinn, I got 4 more characters for you guys. The next character I have on this list is one of the most highly requested female guest characters for Mortal Kombat since like Mortal Kombat X. This was everywhere. I know a lot of people wanted this, and with this game possibly, you know, getting a remaster soon, which I think has been officially announced that they're doing a remaster or a remake, it's one of the two. It would be really good for cross promotion as well, and that is Juliet Starling from Lollipop Chainsaw. I think that this is a character that would fit perfectly in Mortal Kombat. It's obvious why. She wrecks people with the chainsaw left and right in the game. I think it would be a natural progression for this character to be in Mortal Kombat 1. It's you know, like I said with Harley Quinn, it's a fun character. You know, this is a character that would be really, really fun. I think that they could learn from the mistakes of Leatherface and make the chainsaw a little bit more fluid, a little bit more fun, and not so hulking. But I think this is a character that a lot of people would get excited for if they did announce it. And I you know, there's always that argument that's like, oh, they missed their time for that. You know, there's not a Lollipop Chainsaw game in forever. You know, there's no reason to put this character in Mortal Kombat. That time has passed. But they put Terminator, they put RoboCop, they put Rambo in Mortal Kombat 11. So I don't want to hear, you know, the argument for it's not the right time just doesn't fit to me. Honestly, it feels like Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm Studios kind of just puts in whatever characters they think is going to be fun for them to make. I don't think they really, you know, care too much about that stuff. I think they really just want to do the characters that they want to do, and that's what it's about for them. And I think if they wanted to do Juliet Starling, I think that it would work really well, and I think a lot of fans would be excited about it. The next character that I have on this list is Hit Girl from the Kick-Ass comic book or movie, whichever you know, have seen or read. Kick-Ass is an awesome comic book, very gruesome, very dark, very gritty, not, you know, for the faint of heart. It's very unfortunate, some of the things that happen to those characters, but Hit Girl is an awesome character, very badass. Obviously, if they're gonna add her into Mortal Kombat, they should probably make her older. I don't think Mortal Kombat is very comfortable with, you know, fatalitying a minor, you know what I mean? Not that, you know, they have a problem with that in the comic books or the movie. They don't really have a problem with that type of stuff. I mean, I understand why Mortal Kombat would have a problem with it, but yeah, it's a natural progression, very gruesome, not afraid to get violent whatsoever in the other media that Hit Girl has been in. I think Hit Girl is an awesome character that is honestly one of the most underrated comic book characters in general, just because, you know, they did the 2 Kick-Ass movies. People, you know, responded to them how they responded. They weren't box office flops, but, you know, they weren't, you know, the next Marvel Cinematic Universe or anything like that. But I do think Hit Girl would be another character that a lot of the fan base would be behind, think is very cool. I think it'd be really cool to see Kenshi go up against another character that uses swords, especially 2 swords. Same thing that I said with Jade. She could have something like Nightwing, where she could go into a move by pressing circle or B if you're on Xbox, and switching between the double-bladed, you know, katanas, or being able to separate them and use them as 2 different swords. I think that would be a really cool move set version of the character if they were to add her in the game. The next character that I have on this list is kind of biased because I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, and that is Ranger Slayer from the Shattered Grid comic book from the Power Rangers comic series, and I think that this is an awesome character that is, you know, very underrated in the Power Rangers universe. Obviously, it'd be kind of hard for them to do this correctly. It's a very complicated situation with Power Rangers. Personally, I think they should have done a Power Ranger in Injustice 2. If they're making an Injustice 3, I think that they should save a Power Ranger for Injustice 3. it's really unfortunate that they can't add the white Ranger or the green Mighty Morphin Ranger because of Jason David Frank's death. It's very sad. It was a very hard day for me personally, but you know, I think Power Rangers are a staple in, you know, culture these days, and I think a lot of Mortal Kombat fans would get around a Power Ranger being in the game. I think it would be really, really cool to see a Power Ranger in a fighting game in general outside of the Power Rangers fighting game, Battle for the Grid. But I think it would be really, really cool to see Ranger Slayer in Mortal Kombat 1, especially because of the moveset that they could give her with the bow and arrow. Personally, I loved playing as Green Arrow in Injustice 1. I thought Green Arrow's moveset was fantastic. Same with Injustice 2, but I did like Injustice 1 a little bit better. He was a little bit faster in Injustice 1. And I think that they could bring a lot of those moves into into Mortal Kombat 1 with Ranger Slayer and her bow and arrow. And if, you know, the possibility of Nightwolf not being in the game, I think they could take some of his bow and arrow moves and transfer them into Ranger Slayer and just be creative with it and, you know, be, you know, very animation driven when it comes to her acrobatic skills and all that type of stuff for the character. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be a missed opportunity if they didn't add a Power Ranger in general to either Mortal Kombat or Injustice if they are making another Injustice game. Alright, this last character is a little bit of a wild pick. I understand that a lot of people don't like anime, as I've seen from the comment section on this channel before, but this is going to be another anime character, and I'm sorry for that. But this is Battle Angel Alita. Now, Alita, Battle Angel, however you want to say it, either way, however you were introduced to it, the cartoon or the live action, either way, Alita, she kicks ass. I mean, it's just so straightforward. The character rocks. I think, you know, she's one of the top female characters in my books, in general, for like all female characters. I think she's very high up there for me personally. I'm probably pretty biased making this list, but I think Alita would be very cool combat wise as well. If they did skins for the game, there's a lot of different skins that they could do. They could do a lot of things with the motorball roller skates, on how she traverses the map. There's a lot of things they could do with the sword. There's just so much versatility with this character because she knows so many different fighting moves in her story, and I think that there's just a lot of opportunity for a character like Alita to kind of bridge the gap between animation and video games, similar to how they're doing that with Omni-Man. A lot of people were like, well, how's Omni-Man going to translate? Are they going to make like a 2D cartoon like when they added Rick and Morty to Fortnite? But no, they made their own model. They, you know, updated it, and I think that's something that would be really cool to see for a female character as well. And if they're going to do that, then I think that they should choose Alita. I just think Alita is a badass character in general. I would just love to see her in Mortal Kombat. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I want to know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments, so go write them right now. What characters, female characters, do you want to see in Mortal Kombat 1's DLC? Now, do you guys want to see more Mortal Kombat females or more guest females? I know there's a lot of characters on this list that I did not mention that are very popular. I know there's like Red Sandra, there's, you know, the lady from Kill Bill. A lot of people for some reason want Megan from the movie that came out recently. I don't get it, but a lot of people for some reason really want Megan in Mortal Kombat. I don't get it. But to be fair, a lot of people might not get some of my characters. So I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know. I love talking to you guys and picking your brains for what you want to see in this new game. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 7,000 subscribers, and you know, that is just a massive goal, and it would really, really be appreciated if you guys at least just check out the channel and see if you guys like what I post. With that being said, have fun, be respectful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.